Greetings, everybody. I'm Brother Francis. I'm here live. All right. I'm glad to be here today. Seems like everyone on the planet, we're all doing a lot of running around. I don't know about you, but I've been doing a lot of running around. So, as soon as I get my volume, my gain up here. So is Thursday. It is about 1:02 p.m. So I'm gonna be on for about 30 minutes or less. This is Clear Blue Radiance, and I'm your host, Brother Francis E. Revels Bay. Today's date is December the 8th, 2022. My topic for today is You Are More Than a Number and a Starseed. You are always the light of truth expressed through you. Now, the reason why I say this is because, you know, we're all studying things. We're all coming to understand that we could be light workers and we could work energy workers and we can work with crystals and things, gemstones, energetic healing for the body. So I'm going to go into this a little bit so that you get a clearer, direct understanding of who you are. I've been a spiritual counselor for over 40 plus years. I enjoy helping people such as yourself gain greater clarity in your life and also help you discover your purpose. Now, you may already know your purpose, so I can help you redefine it or polish it up. So that's what I'm here for, is to help you help yourself, help you to learn how to keep your path clear, how to make things possible for yourself so that you have greater sense of who you are and the direction that you are going in. And this is all essential to who you are and where you're going in life. And we all are always seeking a process, right? There's business coaches, there's coaches on sports. That's the first time you heard the word coach really in athletics, right? Or voice coach. That's where you mainly hear those terms. And then in the past 20 years or so, it's been applied to other walks of life that people are involved in. Transformational, uh, personal transformational goals, trying to reach new heights through business or whatever. Spiritual, metaphysical coach to gain a better understanding. A spiritual counselor is a metaphysical coach as well as a spiritual coach. But the old term for coach was mentor, someone you looked up to. You looked up to a coach, right, to move you forward. So I'm just one of many here connected to Resident Essentials, and I'm here to help you do that for yourself, not to become a crutch. And that's pretty much what my topic is like today. You see, sometimes we get engrossed, involved, and attached way too much to all of the things that we're learning and that we're here to remember as well. It's like words become populated in the world depending on how people use them. So you remember long ago, 30 years ago, no one really used the term psychic, right? So everybody wanted to be psychic. They were curious about being a psychic. Everybody was curious about being into yoga, Tai Chi, Qigong, other kinds of martial arts. People were intrigued that they could see people work with energy. And hey, I want to do that. Some people wanted to become licensed massage therapists, Reiki masters, um, chiropractic personalities, acupuncturists, or radio personality, TV host. All these things were laid out before us. and we had a chance to kind of walk through it like a grocery store, big old supermarket, or like a huge shopping mall where you start looking at things that you want to try on because, hey, you see it. You see other people with it. You see other people utilizing what you see them do. But sometimes along the way, and I can attest to this because I always like to bring up topics that I know that I've experienced, and I'm quite well aware that you may have experienced. But sometimes we can get too much into uh, the meaning of what planets and stars and angles and things in a chart, the degrees. We might think we are just that. We're just this astrological expression. I'm a numerologist. People want to know what's my number, what personal year number I am. What collective humanity? What's the universal number that we are experiencing? What does my name compute to? What does my birthday compute to? The name of my business, and so on and so forth. But we're more than that number on a piece of paper. We're more than that drawing of the chart on a piece of paper that's being printed out. We're more than that. That's just a composite picture of, or pictures overlaid of what we are expressing or going through at this moment in our lives in conjunction with the bigger picture. It still boils back to what? Not becoming too mesmerized by these things. Why? Because you're not in competition with the next person next to you, with your partner, life partner. You're not in competition with your life partner. You're not in competition if you have children. You're not in competition with them. You're not in competition with coworkers. But when it comes to certain quote unquote jobs, professional jobs, whatever they might be, then there's a little bit of competition. You're competing for that position. Like some people in some countries, 1,000 people competing for 5 seats at a university because that's as much as they could take in, or 1,000 competing for 100 chairs that are opening up. So they got to have a super high grade mentality to get in there. But again, we don't want to be in a position where we're doing what? Where we're becoming overwhelmed. Because if we overwhelm ourselves with things, then sometimes we don't make it. We overwhelm ourselves. We become too attached. So we're in this, what they call a configuration of a 3-dimensional world and a 4th dimensional inner world expression. Then there's the 5th dimensional world outer expression. Then there's the 6th dimensional world inner expression, and then the outer inner. That's a continuous cycle. Continuous, it's infinite. But yet, if we're not careful, we could fall backwards. And we do at times. And there's nothing wrong with falling backwards as long as we could stop the tumbling, dust ourselves off, get back up, and do it again. Or perhaps find a smarter way in which to go up that hill. Or maybe we don't have to go up the hill. Maybe we need to look around. Maybe we can find out, hey, I'm going up this hill only to come down when all I had to do is walk to my right or to my left and a few more yards, 50 yards, and I would be in the open. So we have to change the way we view things and the way we see ourselves. That's very important. See, what happens is we're here, we are consciously aware that we are somewhere, that we are not at a place, as someone said online. I saw the other day, it's pretty cool. I forget the name of the person that said it. But we're not looking for a place. We're trying to honor the space that we're in. And that's the way I'm going to paraphrase it. We're going to honor the space that we're in, not the physical place. We have a physical place. We're in a physical form. but that's just a limited form. There is a far greater part of ourselves that we need to pay more attention to. Yeah, we are the host. We are a spirit, a metaphysical infinite being, as my good friend Michelle says, inside this physical form, inside clothes, inside skin, bones, you name it. But we're more than that. We're just hosting it. The body is hosting it for this length of time. And we have to somehow start remembering why we are here. It's more than just interconnecting with people around you. That's necessary, but not all the time. Sometimes you have to be by yourself to hear, to utilize the hearing mechanism, the internal sight mechanism, internal levels of sensitivity, so that you can start to do what? Remember your truth of who you are. So, what you want to start to do is you want to start to remember. It is time to remember, right? It is time to remember. So, I want to retype this title here. We are more than a number and star seed, right? We, or meaning you, and I want to put this emphasis, you also means me, you are always, and this is the truth. We're in a state of infinite growth. We are in a state of infinite growth. And all we can do is continue the process of this growth. And yes, it's infinite. It is necessary. Let me clear this spelling up. It is necessary for all of us to begin to remember who we are. And as we begin to remember, hopefully we set ourselves what? Free. We can set ourselves free, we'll be free forever. But it takes work, quote unquote, work on ourselves. Now, we can get all the help outside of ourselves, but if we're not doing the internal work, which is becoming more humble, sometimes learning to let go of certain situations that aren't working out. Or if you know for sure that what you're doing is going to work, then persevere, my friend. Persevere. Keep at it. Don't stop. Don't quit. Don't give up. Keep putting one foot ahead of the other. Finding moments when you can relax your mind. That helps you. Finding moments where you can eat a little better, sleep longer. That helps. But the ancient tools have always been a prayer, a prayerful intention, and an intentional prayer, and meditation. Because in meditation, we could find that quiet spot on the inside of us that will allow us to go even deeper and get into that zone, our own private, personal, silent chamber, where we can begin to hear, receive, be embraced by our own divinity, our own I am presence, also known as our higher self. I once read somewhere where a person said, the purpose of darkness is for the light to shine through. The purpose for darkness is for the light to shine through. That means you have light within you. You have darkness within you. But in a little bit of darkness, there's a tad of light. In a little bit of light, there's a tint of darkness. So We have to like literally do what? We have to step in to it. There's going to be challenges. Yeah. Hey, I'm the first to tell you I'm a chicken. I'm learning how to be a chicken hawk. So sometimes I don't want confrontation. In fact, when you study the principle of Tai Chi doesn't teach you direct confrontation. It teaches you to deal with the confrontation on a spiral, on a circle, never on a straight line. Everything is circular. It appears to be straight because your feet are going one way and your hands and body appear to go in a certain direction. But it's the swivel of your hip down to the soles of your feet, straight up your spine that allows you to deflect something. I remember one of mine, I don't even know if the man is still around. I was in my 20s when I met him. His name was William C.C. Chen. He was from the mainland of China in the 1960s. Was told by his teacher to come here and teach Yang style Tai Chi Chuan. That's one of the family names, Yang, Yang. And I remember him saying in class, be light as a feather, be like a fly or a butterfly that lands on you. That's how light you want to be, and be that sensitive to move when the other person moves. That's not an easy task. It is the same thing. Inside, it's not as easy to project your light all the time. Sometimes you don't want to waste your light because that light is energy and it can change as you change. But when you get into the higher stratas of consciousness, where you understand what it actually is doing inside of you as well as outside of you, you learn that you don't need a whole lot. You only need a little bit. Your little bit could be like this, or it could be like this, or it could be 8-9 foot diameter around you, or it could be a 55-foot circumference or 120. That's all you need. Some people carry big fields of energy, other people carry shorter fields of energy. Some people overanalyze all the time, thinking, trying to outthink everything. I know, I've been there. I do it. I'm one of those people. Sometimes I'm not asleep at night. My mind is traveling. Then I see myself, hey, I'm going to have an out of body experience. And I align myself, attune myself, and boop, I'm out. Exploring. I'm striving to become more lucid in my dreams. We all have these abilities. In other words, what I'm trying to say here, what I'm saying is, we don't have to brag that we are such and such a number. We don't have to brag that we're a star seed. It's how you use that information to unlock a door, to raise your consciousness, allow yourself to step out and grow. Allow yourself to fine tune yourself. But above all else, allow yourself to remember the possibility, the potentiality of who you are, to remember that and to build on that. We could speak words into existence for ourselves. We could speak not just the word, not just put the emotional energy behind the word, but see the vision start to carry itself out. That statement kind of reminds me of an image, one of the X-Men movies, where there was the guy in there called Magneto, right? He would wear his helmet and he would send out this energy and people couldn't move. Even Wolverine, his blades, steel blades, could get stuck. But I remember there's a segment in the movie where Magneto is walking through this tunnel, and then there's an opening, and he looks through, or I think he looks through, but there's this huge gap. There's like an opening there where any average person that didn't have his ability could fall, and he was getting to the other side. What did he do? He manifested steps, one at a time, and he was walking. And the steps had no way of being connected, but they were held in the air at the height that he was walking, and he walks to the other side. That's where we have this pineal gland, all these other energies within our body that could create the atmosphere to get something accomplished. But yet, we might get attached to the stars that can be expressed, that symbolically are expressing themselves in here. We can get too attached to the number. Don't get too attached to your destiny number and your birthday number. Those are there. You chose that. We chose that ahead of time to come in with. We chose to arrive at a certain configuration in the heavens. We chose that. But is what are we doing once we get here? Many of us don't feel like being here anymore. Many people have said that. You've heard people, I don't want to be here. I don't want to come back here. I don't want to come to this place, man. It's hard. Well, there are other places that are equally hard. But you will choose. You will sit amongst your ancestors and the angelic presences and all of that when it's time for you to get out of here. You'll sit in another space and review your life, what you did with it and what you didn't do with it. You'll see if someone agitated you, you find out that that person was the teacher. You start to remember, oh, that's my teacher, and that's the one who's supposed to do that. And you were a teacher in their life. You may have agitated them or assisted them. But in essence, the bigger infinite concept of things, we are infinite thoughts, infinite mind stuff, infinite Akashic energy stuff from prime source creator, the infinite, who we can't even see yet from down here, who we can't see when we're in the heart chakra, fourth dimensional realm of consciousness. When we're in the fifth, we can speak it and it'll come out, but we got to be clear enough for it to come out. We're in that time where we're beginning to speak. We can either have massive groups of people do it, but it's never massive people. It's only a few 100,000 or 1,000 who have mastered themselves, their own emotions, their own thoughts, and they're no longer attached to third dimensional consciousness. They're free, they remember. They can converse with higher forces, and the higher forces are not so far away. The illusion is that it's far away, but it's right here with us at the same time. That's what we want to do. I'm just going to make it as a suggestion. It's a suggestion. That's what you want to do. I'm just suggesting it. You have your way, your principles of understanding and seeing, and you will move accordingly. So I want you to remember that you have divinity. You are a divine, infinite being. Your higher self is the reflection of the great I am presence. You will remember all of the galaxies and constellations and wormholes that you've been in and out of. Those wormholes, think of them as the spaces between the thought of creator, the divine mother energy, if we want to call it. In between her in breath and out breath is the wormhole. Get sucked in there. You're a time traveler. In between your in breath and out breath, that transitional point, that's where you want to listen. That's when you open and can see on a bigger scale what you're here to actually do. And we will play parts in each other's life, testing and picking and poking, and creating drama a little bit here. Oh, to do what? To shake you up so that you burst into the light like you're supposed to. We're here to be in the light, to be the light, to be the light so much that we can't tell the difference anymore. You already can't tell the difference in time anymore. I know I can't. I think I just had to be reminded that today was Thursday. Why? Because yesterday was Wednesday. But soon the man made clock and the calendars won't matter anymore. They'll be there just so as play toy, but you won't need it. The cell phone will be there, play toy, you won't need it. A TV or a radio will be there, but you really won't need it. Why? Telepathically, you're picking up on the frequencies, the brainwave, higher and lower frequencies, and you're reading that vibration. Your ancestors did it. They had a acute sense of smell and acute sense of tactile feeling through their feet. They could tell something's about to happen. Animals know something is about to happen and they run for the hills. You say, why are they running for the hills? Earthquake. They're going higher. Something turbulent. They're going higher ground. They'll be safer. They automatically know. We are arriving back at that time where we will automatically know. So I hope you enjoyed this short presentation. You are more than a number and a star seed. So you're a seed of something, but you're greater than the star seed. You are a number, but you're infinite. That's why your sleep patterns change. When you eat changes. When you exercise changes. You grow weight, you lose weight. It's all a part of the plan. The big plan. The blueprint plan. The divine flame plans. The thought within creator of creator of creator. There'll be a day that you'll look out and you'll see the sun and realize that's just a keyhole to another dimension. There's one bigger than that. And you see another sun through there, and there's another sun, and there's another sun, and there's another sun, and it's infinite. A moon, another moon, and it's infinite. Another planet, it's infinite. Another constellation, it's infinite. It just keeps going, doesn't stop. The universe is what? Constantly expanding and contracting. And when we truly align ourselves to that level of consciousness, we expand and we can contract. And then we don't worry about the mushy love relationships. Why? Because we're in the bond of true love, which is magnetism and electricity. Where we understand, as the Kemetic people said, all life is energy. Consciously. Sleep when you can, eat when you can, exercise when you can. But most of all, start being silent when you can. Start being silent when you can. I'm going to repeat it again. Start being silent. Because in the silence is where you discover and hear the still small voice of your higher self talking to everything else around it and through it. My grace is your grace. And before I sign out of here, Resident Essentials has a psychic fair this Sunday, December the 11th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Admission is always free. If you want to get in there and get celestial IM drawings, I'll be there. But I got two people showing up at 12 for a 12 p.m. and a 12:35 appointment. So you're gonna have to get in there at 1 o'clock to sign in. Okay. Also, we'll have many other people there. We'll have Lauren will be there doing her beautiful tarot readings. We'll have Rosemary there doing tarot and oracle cards, and she does numerology as well. I'll be doing Angel of Grace readings. We'll have Susan Zumo doing her Soma Pi healing techniques in there. So many other people will be there. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. The address is Resonant Essentials, located inside Scottsdale Shopping Village, 3107 Eubank Boulevard, Northeast, right? North. That's north of the intersection of Eubank that runs north and south, and Candelaria that runs east and west, Northeast Heights area, okay? So you want to be there, and if not, be square. Also, Saturday, I'm in there doing my 1 hour creative pathwork meditation. I'll be doing one more, so I'll be to finalize this year. So I'll be there this Saturday from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. for a very small fee. And you can get in there and learn how to meditate, learn how to breathe, learn how to get quiet. Where I have most people now that are regulars in that zone where they can go quieter now and they start feeling on a higher level. But you can come at any time. It's for beginners and intermediate people. Come in and sit and meditate with us. And the suite door is 34. Okay. It's a black and green building. You can't miss it. It says Resident Essentials. Enter through the black door with the jealousy glass. That's number 34. All right. Whew. And if you need more information, go to www.renaissance renaissance resonantessentials.com. Let me put that in here. You need to go for more information. Go to www.resonantessentials.com. If you go there, you can get all the information on the various practitioners that are there, uh, preferred businesses that are there, classes. You just click on the events and you'll see the calendar and you'll see different things going on. There's different classes. All right, everybody. Again, my grace is your grace. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you stopping by. You can always, and within the next hour, as this downloads into the system, you can always share it out or share out the link. Okay. And what else I need to tell you? Until next time, remember that divine grace is a blessing as we're alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you next Thursday. Next Thursday, okay? Take care of yourself at 1 o'clock or 1:30 p.m. You know, you can uh, join the group, Resident Essentials, the group on Facebook too, and that'll give you a lot of information as to what's going on with Resident Essentials. Take care of yourselves, everybody. Have a pleasant day.